First and 10 now, down inside the 20.
56 and Mike. 65, 65.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. Big hold of the 30. And all the way up to the 37-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
One play has him to the 37 here for first and 10.
56 to Mike, 56. Check 56. That's right, baby.
Now Mostert. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
3rd and 2.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. To throw is Garoppolo. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So after the INT, here's Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and
to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes flushed out right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
a gain of 4 yards. It's now.
They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Jarek McKinnon, his first carry of the ball game. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
It's 3rd down and 12.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Chiefs 7, 49ers nothing.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, but now it's 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd down and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here's Mahomes to throw. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, Garoppolo.
What?
They intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
How do you throw the ball
this one home. It's
20 yards in front of him?
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Chiefs 14, 49ers nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
It's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
Gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jarek McKinnon, 77 yards. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. And this one through the uprights and good.
Makes the score Chiefs 14, 49ers 7. Wishnowski to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should result from there.
Lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Mahomes going to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. And with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now here's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Kansas City picking up the first 18 yards. Out to his left. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd down and goal. Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, as the first half is winding down, and the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
The point after is good, and it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there out of the running game. 36 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's taken down inside the 30. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the 2nd half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. That's who is running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This is caught. Watkins. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins. 27 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
And this carries into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
It's usually a little more natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side with your guard and your tackle. In college football, they used to call student body right because you had everyone on that side, including the fullback, leading. In the pros, they don't call it that, but it's still the same result.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
56.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brought him down. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 8.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30.
You thought you had it, didn't you? You thought you had it.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Yeah, not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula? Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30. 10. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, 76 yards. And the 49ers get a score closer.
The kick is...
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
So they touched him before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman, and he'll take this close to a 1st down at the Chiefs' 38. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Jordan Reed has it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the Chiefs' 10-yard line.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. One more time with Mostert. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. From the 10, this is 3rd and goal. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Flushed out right. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he's trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in. Mahomes going to throw it here. Rolling to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Trying to go back to Watkins, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
And again, it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. And that's incomplete.
Mahomes on the keeper. Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
San Francisco.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And now off to the races down the right side. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game. And now this time an interception return for another score. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Back to throw, Mahomes. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision. Game out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play. And you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic.
And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown, and forget overtime. Barring a miracle, they're going to win this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to give this one to McKinnon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A play fake from Mostert, now Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
That's the reason we go for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Mostert, toss left side. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he's in for the game-winning score with no time left on the clock.
Well, there's no doubt they just seized the momentum with that one. They can go ahead and kick the extra point here and ride that home wave on into overtime.
And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now it's Mahomes again. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. He is going to find Hill here. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down, sliding out of the pocket. And now he's going to use his legs. And they'll get this down to the 10. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. He's at the 50.
Here we go. Here
The
we go.
30, 20, 10, and into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. Within an OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. And we'll get ready for the trek back to the city as we say so long from Santa Clara.
What a great city it is. We're going to have a blast.